What's up, folks?
Squirrel. The squirrel.
Squirrel.
The squirrel.
There's
The squirrel.
Get out of there. Why is it still up there? Okay. There. Nope, that's not it.
What the hell? Oh, my
there we
God.
go. All right. Hey, everybody.
And for
That is a bonus edition of Rebel Nerd Radio. And we have Darth Mari, a.k.a. Frosty, with us to recollect their Star Wars Japan, Star Wars Celebration Japan experiences, while I just sit here and
live vicariously through us.
Vicariously. So I was showing this to you earlier, but I've got a couple of things that I dug. I was digging through a box, and I found some stuff from Chicago Celebration.
That's very nice.
You know what? I don't even think I've ever opened this. I don't know what this is.
I think it was just a generalized show guide, like everything that they had coming up and all that. I think they haven't done that since, though, too.
And here's my lanyard. It's got some buttons on it that I just picked up randomly while I was wandering around.
Did end up with random buttons.
And I'm pretty sure this is also a lanyard, although I'm not entirely sure.
It looks like it would be a lanyard.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. As you can see, it's not
It'd be
even
awesome
open.
if it was suspenders,
I never opened it.
Like,
I also never opened this. I'm going to assume this is a coaster.
yeah.
Nice.
If it's heavy, it could be a magnet.
Yeah.
I got a
You
magnet.
got cork? Is the guy cork on the back of it?
He's like looking for metal. Like, where can I test this out?
Yeah, can I stick it on something?
Yeah, I don't have any metal around here. Hold on.
It's a magnet. Not a magnet.
It's not a magnet. No, so it's a coaster. It's a coaster.
Okay.
That's all right. That's cool. That's cool. I know I got the book, and I didn't get the cool.
Hey, I didn't go, Matthew. I didn't go to the one in Japan. I'm just showing that I have been to a celebration before.
He's part of at least the Celebration Cool Kids Club.
The fact, Matthew, look here. The fact that he's actually talking to us about it when he was not able to go is a step in the right direction for him, because I know he really wanted to. So let's not make it worse than what it is. Because
Seriously.
Mari and I will be
wanted
able
to
to
be
talk
there.
about our experience and the fun that we had. But unfortunately, Steve is just going to
And I will just
he's
sit here
going to
and
flip us off. He's going to
The
have
whole
to ask
time he's
questions.
sitting there like,
Yep. And and we're begrudgingly going to have to tell him about our experience. I mean, it's
I
just the way
know.
it's going.
I'm really upset about it. That we have to talk about this.
Yes.
I can see the
Yeah.
look on your face. You're just filled
You can
with
see the
remorse.
disdain in our faces that we have to talk about celebration. It actually,
disdain is all right
in
here.
all honesty, it is kind of heartbreaking to talk about it, because once you have to come home and have to reassimilate to normal life after you've been there and gone through a celebration and had so much fun, it actually does suck. I mean, it is a thing.
I mean, I'm still talking about my 2019 experience because it was awesome.
Yeah, well, imagine
Yeah.
like going through that several times, and every time you do it, it's like,
Yeah.
God, I can't wait for celebration, and then you get there.
So who decided to show up in the chat anyway, besides Matthew? Steve is with us. Taco Cat.
Very cool.
Spencer is with us. And Joy is with us.
Yeah, most of the usual suspects.
Yep.
That's nice. They're tuning in for that bonus episode.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Of course, I think quite a few of them have to live vicariously through us too, Mari, because and I swear it's not a gloating session. It's just a.
I was like, just keep rubbing it in.
Look how much taller you are than her.
I'll be honest with you, that is piss poor posture, because I'm actually like leaning over a
He's
little bit.
also leaning over, yeah.
I'm leaning over a little bit, because if I didn't, I would literally be hugging her face.
So Mari, how tall are you?
I'm just under 5'3".
So I would tower over you.
And
as well.
I'm 6 foot.
I don't think you are, JD. I don't think you are much taller.
I'm
than
6'5".
Okay, you're much
Yeah.
taller than I am. I'm only 6
Yeah,
feet.
I'm 6'5". So yeah, if that tells you anything. Like I said, if I stood straight up, I would be hugging her face, and I don't. That'd be weird. So
Yeah. So let's see. Well, where do you want to begin? You want me to show off some pictures that you sent me?
Hey, Mari, do you have like something you want to show that you got from there? I mean, do you have anything like a thingy that you want to show, or something that like one of your most cherished? Oh, yes, of course.
The two
Yes, I think.
things
Show me your
procured for me by the one and only JD. Both of these were purchased he was able to help me out with the Darth Maul. Thank you so much. Like I'm still like so in awe and so thankful to you for getting me the Hot Toys Darth Maul. I still haven't unboxed him either. He's still in there.
Mine too.
It's been a mess. But also for my flag.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Yes. Where's mine? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I don't have my squishy, but I have
your Squishmallow.
I have a Bandai one.
Yeah. The cool
Darth Maul is on this lanyard.
Oh, that's
actually.
awesome.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Heck yeah.
I am a little warm.
Yeah, I haven't. Oh, wait.
I think I've been wearing celebration attire all week too.
I actually didn't wear one of my celebration shirts tonight because I had other stuff I wanted to show. So I didn't wear one of my celebration shirts. So I mean, because I got two other ones.
I have a celebration shirt from Chicago, but I don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere in this. It's in the house.
You at least have it.
At least you have it. Yeah.
I know it's in there. Maybe it's.
I think I have. Oh, I'm wearing my Kylo Ren shirt. From the celebration. That's Matthew's favorite, right?
Yeah.
Kylo Ren?
Yes. Kylo Ren. That's his favorite.
I do have to ask, Mari, how excited were you at Celebration when they announced there's going to be a Darth Maul?
So I don't know if JD talked to you about like my first day experience at all. I was actually.
No, I remember you saying that it was not pleasant.
I hated it. And we left before the announcement. But we were sitting in our hotel room and I had my phone out. I was like following along with all the announcements. And I just saw the image and I was like, this has to be like fan art. And then I saw it was like from the official account. And I just like looked at Sean and I like my face, like I like went silent. Like my mouth dropped. I was completely speechless. I was so excited at like squeal, like, oh my gosh, I'm so stoked for this. We've been asking for it for so long and we're finally getting it.
You see, I have to
Yes!
Yeah, there it is. Yes. And Mr. Sam Witwer is going to be a part of it.
Yes.
Which obviously, I mean, he's the obvious choice, but and I'm going to step back a little bit because this was my fifth Star Wars celebration. So before Steve, I knew both of you, I've been to many celebrations. I've met people that have been from celebration 1 all the way up. They've never missed one of them, which I'm completely jealous of. And I know like when the first celebrations happened, I would have never had the money to actually go to them. So it wasn't up until recently that I was actually able to afford the funds to go to these. And this is my fifth one, and this will be fifth one, third continent. No, fourth continent. It's because I had to go through Canada, so it technically counts. And I stayed in Canada, so it counts. So chasing Star Wars celebrations, I've been through 4 continents. I've been from the East Coast to the West Coast, from Florida to Chicago. And so for me, nothing that happened really surprised me. It was just a matter of making sure that I maintained that same amount of passion and focus that I've always had with these celebrations. But unfortunately for Mari, when you came through and you started doing it and I saw like the disdain and despair that you were kind of having for the whole process, I was like, oh God, please no.
Yeah.
I'm like, because this is, if you let it ride and you keep going with it, it's such a great experience and it's so much fun. And even like Steve, you experienced this probably in 2019 in Chicago. Okay. So you can kind of relate to it. And if anybody's ever been to them, you kind of understand what's going on. The first day is 100% chaos.
It's kind of
It is.
overwhelming.
First day is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It's overload.
Yeah.
It's chaos. It's lines. It's dealing with pissy ass people. It's dealing with people that you probably would rather punch in the face than you'd rather talk to. And what I mean specifically is that's the first day that like these rare collectibles for these events are available, whether it be Hasbro, whether it be Funko, whether it be Hot Toys, whether it be whatever the case may be. And it was such to the point where I knew, Mari, I knew you wanted the Darth Maul so bad. And I was like, how do we make sure this happens? And then later that day on Friday, we were actually able to stand in line, and we had to wait a little bit to get through the line. But like I said, me and my girlfriend, Julie, we're used to that. We've been through it before. And when we were able to get through the line and we were able to get some of the figures that we wanted, we were able to get the Darth Maul. I'm like, okay, this is a perfect setup. I can take the one that I have, take it back to the hotel, and then the one that my other set of friends have, we can just take that and give it to you when they show up and you guys come back the next day. But my thing is that I got to do a lot of convincing to get her to come back. And I'm like, I did not, the biggest thing that my takeaway for you is I did not want you to walk away going, oh my God, this sucked. I hated it. It was terrible.
We were at one point saying like, we're not coming back. We had 3-day passes and we were like, we're not coming back tomorrow. And JD was like, don't let day one decide that for you. Like, you have to come back for day two. And then, he hooked me up with the hot toy. But like, we had already kind of decided like, let's go ahead and give it a chance, like day two, because you guys were experienced and we did come here for that, or at least part of that. So
yeah.
So here's the crazy thing about my day one experience for Chicago. Not only was it my first Star Wars celebration, that was the first time I'd ever gone to a convention at all.
Wow.
Like, I'd never gone to a convention before.
And see,
but I was like, Star Wars, I'm going to go. I have a chance to go.
And I'm going to give people a piece of advice. Don't.
So it was like, oh,
don't do that. Do not go. Do not go to and specifically, don't go to a Star Wars celebration if you've never been to a con and then expect to have the best experience, because it will overwhelm you.
Well, here's the thing, though. It was overwhelming. Like, day one was overwhelming, but overwhelming as it was still an amazing experience. It was just like, wow, this is like, I mean, my thoughts were seriously, this is nothing like Star Wars on social media.
Well, number one, you don't have a bunch of people bitching about stuff. You just got people who are there to enjoy Star Wars.
Right.
That's first and foremost.
Yeah.
Secondly, and this is something for like Steve, when you go to LA, if you guys are planning on going to LA, Steve and Mari, if you're planning on going to LA, I will be there. We'll be there. Me and Julie are planning on going.
I want to go. I don't know if I'll be able to afford it.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to.
So we'll be there. But the thing about it is that, like, Mari, even from what you experienced, when you go to one stateside, it's going to be even crazier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least you got the, like, a taste of it under your belt. But when you get to there's going to be more booths. There's going to be more people selling private stuff. There's going to be more sellers, because there's a lot of sellers that weren't even there. There was a lot of people. There was a lot of like merchandise people here in the stateside that weren't even there. Like Heroes and Villains and a few, and like Her Universe weren't there. And so a lot of those people were not there. And if you went to LA or if you went to Chicago, you would see those booths are set up, and the insanity that you see at one, that's insanity at all of them. And the fact that it's going to be in the States is going to make it even worse, and not to discourage, because like I said, if you go there with one idea of something you want and you stand in line the first day and you go for it, you'll probably get what you want. But to go in and say, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, you're probably not going to, and you need to be ready for disappointment. I mean, because it does happen.
Yeah.
It does happen. There's things that you want to get and you don't get it. And unfortunately, go ahead.
I knew what panels that I wanted to go to, and I signed up for them ahead of time and got most of them. and I knew that I wanted to get a photo op with Ian McDermott, and I did. So,
Speaking of which,
but no, like, so Los Angeles, like, if the prices for the tickets is comparable to Japan for the 3-day or whatever it is, that I should be able to afford. It's like when you get into travel, hotels, and
We
all
could
that,
just get a big
I don't know.
Airbnb and we all split it.
that is a possibility. I mean, that's not a
Wouldn't
bad
be a bad
idea. And especially if we like,
It ain't a bad idea.
if it's not too far away, or we can all figure out like a tram system to get there, and we
Yeah.
all work together. I mean, Mari, you saw it. It was. We met you guys there, but we also I had another buddy from Dallas who convinced us to go. I had friends from Washington that were there. I had friends that I knew from other cons that were there, and we all worked together. It was I mean, a miracle. Really, to be honest with you, by a miracle that one of us was in Hot Toy Lines, one of us was in Hasbro, and then I actually got the picture that I showed the other night with Rosario and Ashley. That by a miracle, we were able to make all of that happen, but it's because we
Yeah.
had so many pieces in place to do that. And it's just one of those things that when you go, you can't look at it and go, I didn't get what I wanted, therefore I'm disappointed. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you have to have that expectation that you may not get what you want. But if you pick something and you say, I really just want this one thing, and then you wait for it and you get it on the first day and knock that out right away,
The rest
you're
of the
good to
con is
go.
just going. Yeah.
The rest of the con is looking around, interacting with people, especially if you're cosplay. Because see, this is the thing, and we might get into it a little bit later, but you missed day 3. Holy
Yeah.
crap! Holy crap! I mean, you're on my Facebook page, Steve. You're on my Facebook page. You guys ought to look at our day 3 photographs. My girlfriend, Julie, she had her phone, and every time when I was in my Jedi outfit, I was standing out in the main entrance where the causeway went over the road, went to the other hall where you got your badges and where the store
Yeah.
was. And we literally stood out there because there was a breeze. It was nice and cool.
Oh,
Everything was
yeah.
fun. And I was in my full Jedi outfit. And we met up with another guy from England who was in his Jedi outfit. And then we ran into like 3 or 4 or 5 other people, other guys that were like in Obi-Wan, Kit Fisto, all kinds of stuff. And we were just standing there talking, and we were enjoying the breeze and enjoying the nice day. And all of a sudden, people were just coming up in droves and standing in a queue to take a picture with all of us.
Inadvertent, like, photo op.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was 100% a photo op. It was so bad. Let me tell you how bad it was. Let me tell you, well, not bad, but let me tell you how interesting the situation was. My girlfriend's phone, she had battery chargers in her backpack, and her phone died 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
When we got back to the hotel, I said, how many pictures did you take? And she goes, well, I stopped taking pictures when I was exchanging swag. And I went, yeah, how many pictures did you actually get before that? And she goes, well, my phone died 3 times. I was like, how many pictures did you take? And as we were standing there, 511.
Holy moly.
511 photos of us just standing there taking pictures with other people who were at the con. And it was, some of them were dressed up, some of them were just regular people in civilian clothes, some of them were local Japanese folks that were just wanted to take pictures with Jedi. There were people that were part of the con from other countries. I mean, at one point we were standing there was 5 Jedi standing there, and we had people from England, we had people from Australia, we had people from Japan, we had people from, I think at one point we had somebody from Sweden and Norway standing there with us, talking with us, and just having conversations, having fun. We had 100 stickers of the ones that we took, that me and my girlfriend had made for us, that I gave you, and then we had Rebel Nerd Radio stickers made, and we had 200 of them all together. We got rid of all of them like halfway through the day.
Wow.
And we were like, we know you got swag. And we're like, we ran out. We ran out of stickers. And so, I mean, we went down and we got and I want to show that real quick. I want to segue into that. But we got the autograph and the selfie that we wanted to get that day. And as soon as we got done, we went over by the celebration stage and was watching some of the panels that they had going on at the live stage in front. And I got pictures there with some people. And then we walked outside to get some air. And that's when the whole like lines of people started with all the pictures. So, I mean, it was literally just people standing around being nerds, taking pictures with each other and having a good time.
Amazing.
So, I mean, like I said, that interaction, it wasn't shopping, it wasn't waiting in lines, it wasn't doing any of that. It was literally standing around with people taking pictures, talking about Star Wars, and having a good time. There was no politics. There was no religion. There was no holy crap, the world's falling apart. It was none of that. It was Star Wars and
It
people
was
having
just
a good
Star
time.
Wars.
Yeah. And that I tell you right now, that was probably the best day out of the whole thing, because I really enjoyed the day of being able to shop with you guys and just hanging out and looking at everything that
Yeah.
they had. And there was a lot of people, and it was elbow to elbow. But the fact that we got that last day and we were able to meet just entirely new groups of people and take pictures with them and have a good time and see all
It was like a community day.
Yeah, and it was kids and adults having a good time. I mean, I saw Skeleton Crew cosplay, we saw Acolyte cosplay, we saw Obi-Wan cosplay, we saw original prequel sequel trilogy cosplay. We had like little kids coming up in cosplays of all kinds, from sequel trilogy to the original to prequel. I mean, everything. The little kids that were dressed up like this coming up to us wanting to take pictures with the Jedi and saying hi. And I'm like, this is what it's about for me, is these people having such a great time. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And like I said, you guys, I know you guys had other plans and you guys had stuff that you wanted to do, but that is an experience that, but like the Saturday experience, you said you had a much better time, and I'm so glad you did.
Yeah.
Because that won't wave you off of coming to another one and being able to enjoy all 3 or 4 days, they have one. But even that last day, I wish you were there for that, to see all that,
Right.
to see how that goes, to see that there is, to see that there's even better interactions on that last day. It's everybody just enjoying the time and celebrating Star Wars together. It was so much fun. But yeah, I'm going on a tangent here. So I didn't get a chance to show my thingy that I wanted to show today, so I'm going to do that now. So so we got to meet a very cool individual. We got a selfie and a photograph from this individual, which Maury already knows who I'm talking about. So Steve, if you get a chance, if you want to throw that photograph up there for me. That is, for anybody who doesn't know, that is my girlfriend Julie, and that is Mr. Ahmed Best, Mr. Jar Jar Binks, or Kelleron Beck himself. Yeah. So we got an autograph with a special edition Japan exclusive Jar Jar Binks. He's got a little shine. He's got a little shine and bling to him, but that's his autograph up top, and we got it in a little case there. But it made it back from Japan with no issues, no scratches, no scrapes, which is cool.
That's awesome.
Yep. And then part of the, I don't know, Cosby toys or something like that. This was another show exclusive. Yeah, it was in the same place that we got your Darth Maul.
Yeah.
That's where we got those. That was in the Hot Toys booth, so we were able to get one of those. And then in the Celebration, I think, was it Celebration store? This might have been in the same spot. Got a little Jar Jar plushie. So yeah, and actually the cool thing about it I got that for her because I was supposed to do a panel that day, and I didn't know what time she was actually going to be doing that picture. But I swear to God, I think she loves Jar Jar more than any other character in Star Wars. And so I'm like, if Ahmed Best is doing selfies and photographs, I'm like, hell yeah, we got to do a selfie and photograph. So we're gonna get that printed out, and we're gonna put that up at behind her autographed Jar Jar Binks. But the really cool thing is that he's an incredibly nice individual, and if you do a selfie and an autograph with him, you actually get a little bit more time to actually have a conversation with him. Where the photo op is kind of a they're trying to push people through as fast as possible on the photo op. But if you get a chance to do an autograph and a selfie with somebody, you actually get a chance to actually have a little bit of a conversation with them and talk to them a little bit. And I'll be honest with you, my thing is I wanted to express to him how much I appreciated that he was still a part of the Star Wars universe and that he overcame all of the things that happened to him during the prequel time period and how badly and poorly he was treated. And I was so glad that he came back, and that Master Kelleron Beck is now part of canon and part of the Star Wars universe, as well as people actually showing love to Jar Jar and to him for his contribution to Star Wars. And he was so thankful. He was very appreciative of our comments. He said, "Thank you so much." He says, "I'm glad I'm here too." He said, "It's been nothing but love and support." And just an outpouring of people saying how much they appreciate him being a part of it. And yeah. So that was such a great interaction with him. Loved meeting him. He's such a cool dude. So yeah. So yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. But that's, like I said, it's something at Celebration you're not going to get in every day. You know,
Yeah.
you're not going to get those everyday interactions like that. So it's cool. Cool.
I do kind of
Very cool.
regret not buying the Sam like photo op and autograph when I was going to. Like I had it in my cart. I just was like, oh, I don't know that, like, because I didn't know what time. And originally my sister who moved to Korea was gonna come and visit us, and I was like, I don't know, like when she might be there. So it was just like a whole mess. And she ended up not coming, and I wish we had gone. Or I wish I had just done it and met him, but it is what it is. I may end up in Texas in August.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't think they made a Celebration exclusive Basil.
I think they had some Basil stuff there. I'll be honest with you.
Did they? I didn't see.
I think the Hasbro booth did.
Oh, I didn't. We didn't spend a ton of time in the Hasbro booth.
No.
Pretty easy to
which
about Basil.
future spoilers. I did get the Ronin that I wanted from Hasbro, which that will be in a future unboxing, and hopefully I'd be able to show the difference, because there for a while I was kind of mad because as soon as we were able to get it on the Hasbro booth, they were showing it was available on Amazon, but there are some distinct differences between the one you got in Japan and the one you got on Amazon. So that's something I'll be able to show later down the road. And I fully intend on unboxing my Darth Maul and displaying it, Mari. So if you don't show yours eventually, I'm going to take mine out.
Mine, he's gonna come out. It's just a matter of when. I just need to sit down and actually take him out.
Yeah. And actually, what I'm actually thinking about doing is I'm thinking about picking up a sideshow Qui-Gon Jinn and putting them together in a fight.
That'd be pretty impressive.
Yeah, do like a little diorama. Even though it's not the original, I kind of like the concept. And this one is impressive. I've seen it out of the box. It is impressive.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because I bought these at Bandai in Akihabara. Because they didn't have this, they didn't have Maul at Celebration. I think they had Obi-Wan. I did not get Qui-Gon because we were trying to like chill a little bit on spending all of our money. But normally I don't take like action figure, like those types of figures out of the boxes, but they had action stands. So these guys are going to come out of their boxes too.
I still got her. Joy. As soon as you get home, let me know.
I don't know if you guys know this. I did a Sith Ewok cosplay one time. It was like a closet cosplay, just because I had ears.
Now, Ewok Sith. Now that I would think would be interesting. Yeah. If you guys get a chance, check out the Celebration website too. There are so many amazing cosplays. Actually, one of the most amazing that I saw while we were there was somebody did a Padme, but the Padme was done in her, I want to say it was her Celebration outfit in the final scene of Phantom Menace, but it was, instead of being all white, it was in black, and she actually did a Latin American like a Sugar Skull death mask kind of thing. And oh my God, it was impressive. It was fantastic. It was, yeah. That girl could not go anywhere without having her picture taken because everybody wanted her picture. So
when you do like those really cool, yep, there you go.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's me.
Yep, that's awesome. Oh God. Yep, there you go.
I might have a picture on my phone.
There's your expectation for LA, Mari. Yeah. We got to see a Sith Ewok for LA.
I mean, if we're all going together, we should.
I do have it on my phone.
6'5" Darth Maul with a beard. Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be amazing.
I'm channeling my old man Darth Maul. I mean, I got the bald
Still-
head,
Here,
so I
wanna
mean,
show
why
this
not?
Silver
video.
Fox Darth Maul. I'm in.
Hey.
I want to show this video. I want to show this video that Mari sent me. It's a short one.
Amazing.
That is Manny receiving the first ever Stranger helmet from Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that
Yeah.
you
And we got
pre-order.
Yeah.
You also sent me some pictures, and
I mean, it was just the lead up to the
don't
video.
know. Yeah. I mean, geez.
They kind of ended up out of order.
I don't
It's
think
okay.
these. Yeah, they did end up out of order.
That's him literally adjusting the helmet and then throwing it on. Yeah. Which, I mean, you talk to a lot of people. That was one of their most favorite moments, was him actually putting that on, because I mean, obviously he's one of the more favored characters from the Acolyte. And really honestly, for a lot of people out there who are Acolyte fans or who enjoyed the show, there was actually a lot of Acolyte love.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like with Celebration, you get the people who actually love the show and not all of the ones who just love hating on it. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
you have
that's
those
the thing.
too, but...
That's the thing, is that you're gonna get. Oh, hey, Smirking Bear. That's the thing about it too, is that you're not. A lot of those people who show up to those things, they're not going to pay the money, the hotels, the plane flights. If they're haters or they're just doing it for a profit, a lot of them aren't going to spend the money to show up. And what's your point? What would be the point of showing up? Is it you're going to walk in and tell everybody how much you hate something that you're actually showed up to?
Right. It's not this is not the convention to be showing up for that. So it was really nice to like, that was one of the reasons I really wanted to stand there and listen to Manny. And I mean, I love him anyway. I loved that show. So getting to sit there and listen to his whole live stage interview, like, actually I was really glad that I made it for that. So, or that we were there for that. So.
I like smirking.
Oh, there it is.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. You got to do that in LA. I'm sorry, but that needs to go to LA. You get so many pictures, it's not even funny. That would be great.
I need to get a little tail.
Bear has a question.
Where's the Frosty versus JD lightsaber fight?
I didn't take my lightsaber to Japan. It's my fault.
I would say, yeah. Matthew, I actually thought about that. I thought about either doing Balin Skull as a secondary cosplay, or I thought about doing Captain Rex.
Ooh,
old Captain Rex as a secondary cosplay. Yeah, I'd have to trim my beard up a little bit, but bald head, beard, I think I can pull it off 100%. In fact, on my my Etsy page, I actually have the armor and everything saved for the cosplay, and I actually have my own Captain Rex helmet. So, yeah, I actually can pull it off. I think.
You're almost
you know, it would be really cool if all of us went to LA. Like if it was me and you and Mari, and if I could get Blue to go and get Charlie to go, we could all dress up like the Puka Palace. I don't know what I would do.
Amazing. I think the Black Squadron guys might go too, so they might be in for that one.
You could be, or you could be Eerie. You could be the spice snorting pilot.
JD's just walking around like, "What's up, guys?" the whole time.
I'll have a freaking bucket and it'll say spice on it. What is that? Nobody's gonna get that joke, but we'll be laughing our butts.
We'll know.
It'd be fun for us. Nobody else
will understand that, but
we have to have shirts that say the PPs.
The PPs. Right. Oh my god.
I was gonna say people be wondering, what are the
who are the PPs? What the hell is this about?
Conversation starter. See, just like I was saying last night, conversation starters.
Yes.
Where we were talking about making shirts that say "Show me."
Oh my god, that'd be.
I still think we could do that, but we need to put it in Arabesh, so it just adds that.
Yeah.
Added level. Star Wars and then Arabesh underneath it. Show me your thingy, and then Rebel Nerd Radio, and then people are gonna go, "What?" But you'd have people at Celebration Code to go, the peepees, what the hell is the peepees? Well, since you've asked, allow me to explain a little something to you. Well, here, have this sticker and tune into us.
The Pooper Pals.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Ugh.
Oh, you know what? I've got another picture that Mari sent me.
I should have sent you more pictures. I really should have. Hang on a minute.
This?
Oh, that thing. Holy crap.
I almost called it a disappointment only because I'm disappointed I couldn't bring this thing home.
You were disappointed that your man didn't spend the money on that thing.
That's the real truth of it.
Yeah.
So that thing, we thought it's porcelain, it's handmade, it's hand painted, and we thought it was going to be like this little tiny thing. No, this thing is like a foot and a half tall. Yo, anybody want to take a guess as to how much that thing cost?
Yeah, put some guesses in the chat real quick. Put some guesses in the chat of what you think this thing would run, because it is crazy.
Hand painted, it's a handmade porcelain Darth Vader, made in Japan. Only 88 were made. That's
what,
too
80,
much.
80, what was it?
I put mine in
that
the
one's
private
too high.
chat. I put my bid in the private chat.
No, yours is too high.
I didn't even see yours in the private chat. Hold
on. But yeah, only 8 were made. It's still a little lower than that, but it's still like you're close.
Oh yeah. You're not off. You're not far off.
You're not far off.
Yeah, you're not far off.
Okay. Last one.
Yeah.
Still lower than that?
I'm surprised you thought it was that expensive, but like
that is impressive. You think? I mean, that yeah, that's
It's
Did Matthew get it right?
Nope.
He's close, but not right. You got to go up, Matthew.
Okay. Bear's got one.
Got to go up higher.
Oh, higher than Matthew's?
Yeah. Yep.
You were close.
So I was close.
Yep.
Okay.
You're right there. It was $6,000. And that was
it was like
that was without shipping.
Matthew, if it's higher than 5,000, why would you say 1,500?
No, it was $6,000, and then what your boyfriend asked how much it would cost to ship it back, and what was it to make sure that it wasn't broken?
It just depended on where it was going. They didn't really give us like an actual, but it was probably going to be like $300. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's the one thing. That's the one thing about it that really killed me on the whole thing is that we bought enough stuff. We put it all in one box, but the shipping to get it back was crazy.
We bought extra luggage.
Okay, I need to know the context for this picture.
What's that?
JD. I need to know the context. For this
okay, so one of the guys. This is the area that we hung out in. And the reason I sent you this is because my girlfriend actually sent me more, and everything else is actually on my Facebook page with more stuff in it. But the reason I sent you that picture is that we were talking earlier about like people not, there not being any hatred for anybody, and we literally had a couple people show up in like Star Trek outfits, and we showed up with this guy, and he came over, and I asked him, how his experience at Star Wars was going. He goes, actually, it's going great. He says, I've had a lot of people take pictures with me as well. And he goes, I didn't think people at a Star Wars convention would like Star Trek. And I'm like, dude, we're nerds.
Right, yeah.
We're nerds.
You came to a nerd convention, dude.
You came to a nerd convention.
And there were two, because there was another guy who was just walking around with a sign that said Star Trek is better.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't talk to that guy because I'm afraid about that conversation. But this guy, I was like, dude, I love your uniform. I love your Starfleet uniform. And he goes, oh, thanks, man. He's like, I'm like, can I take a picture? He's like, yeah, I want to get a picture too. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And the cool thing is that the other guy in the picture who was cosplaying as Mace Windu, we actually stood out there all day long and took pictures with people until like the convention shut down at 4. We were there till 5 taking pictures. We actually all had to sneak out of there to get away from people so that way we could leave. Yeah, and then my girlfriend says, well, we're only a half a mile from the mall. Let's walk down to the mall and go hang out at the mall for a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, bring that picture back up again. Yeah, I was in that outfit when we went to the mall. That didn't change. I didn't bring any clothes to change. So we went to the mall, to a mall in Tokyo, in Japan, in that outfit. Yeah, I got pictures of the mall too. With people, they were like, people walking by, didn't speak a lick of English, but they looked at me and they go, Jedi Master. And I'm like, yep. So, I mean, yeah, you'll get people who even show up like that, because I think we had people that showed up in other cosplays too, but like some of them would do other cosplays, but it was like they added a Star Wars theme to it, which was a lot of fun. So, and then that guy showing up
like
in Star
Disney
Trek.
princesses. Like somebody did a Leia princess, like
Mm-hmm.
ball gown and everything. I was like, how much?
I got. Oh,
wait, over there.
Steve, I'm going to send you this one. You need to see this one. I don't know if I think I showed you this one, Mari, when we took it, because I told you about it and said, yeah, you missed this dude. So I'm going to send this to Steve. And Steve, you can throw this up. But yeah, this one was impressive. And I was actually felt sorry for this dude. But I'll let Steve throw this up on the screen, and then I'll tell you. Everybody should be able to tell what this is. But I'm like I said, I'm pretty sure I showed you this one, Mari.
Okay, well, I am getting that uploaded. Mari, did you go to any panels?
No, I didn't get into any of them, and I wasn't really interested in any of the like side panels.
The light side panels.
Yeah. So we just I'm not a panels person. I've been on them, but I don't really like going in. I don't tend to go into them. The bigger ones I would have wanted to go into, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and
I did. Yeah, you did tell me about him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Darth Maul Venom.
I would have liked to have gone to the Andor.
Yeah, I would have loved to have gone to the Andor one.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to be quiet.
I forgot to show you this.
You see, I'm getting the finger right now, right? That's awesome. Was that from the store?
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't going to get this, and we were like on our way out, and I was like, let me just grab that.
Yeah, see, we got a lot of stuff from the store, but like I wanted the baseball jersey from Japan. I didn't get one because it was sold out. I actually the blue t-shirt that I was wearing last night that my girlfriend got for me was the only 3X that she could find because there was no 3X for anything. So yeah, I mean, and that's just like I said before.
Day one, they were like, nope.
Yeah,
like they didn't have 3X for a lot of things.
I really think that they underestimated how much people wanted like the exclusive stuff, because like the Hot Toys thing with the Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker thing, they grossly underestimated how badly people wanted that, because it sold out first day and there were none left the rest of the convention. I mean, it didn't even take the whole day. It sold out like half the day through on Friday, and it was no more available. The only bad thing is that, and something you kind of have to bypass, especially as a collector, is they told people they were only going to allow 1 or 2 per customer, and they had some guy come through with 12 of them and bought them, and then he put them on eBay for like $2,000 a piece.
That's so nauseating.
It is the most aggravating thing as a collector to see scalpers do that kind of crap. But it's just at some point you just have to go, I'm not going to get it. It's not going to happen. And don't buy things from scalpers, because it incentivizes them to do it more. And so I don't buy that stuff from them. I won't buy if I can't get it, I can't get it. You have something you got to accept. And it sucks, especially if you're a completionist, which I used to be, and I'm not anymore.
That would be tough. Yeah.
What was it I was going to say? There was a comment that I was going to address earlier, and I can't remember.
Was it the hairless Wookiee Jedi Master with a beard?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which is like the biggest oxymoron. but no. No, there was a guy. Somebody made a comment earlier about the guy walking around that said Star Trek is better comment. Well, okay, so that same guy was walking around 2 days later with a sign that said Doctor Who is better.
So literally
obviously,
like
So obviously, this gentleman is just like being a fun little troll. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's whatever, no big deal. So it was good fun though. Like I said, I wasn't going to confront him about it, but it was just like, yeah, the guy's just being a fun little troll. So whatever, But that's the good thing about Celebration is you're not going to run into people that go there to hate on it, or specifically because they want to protest it or they want to hate on it. They just don't show
Right.
up.
I think it was Joy who said earlier that we missed the live chat of Celebration. Oh no, it was Smirking Bear. Said the hate was strong for Acolyte when it appeared in the live chat.
I'm not honestly not shocked.
Me
Not
either.
really shocked, but that's it's whatever.
Yeah.
Hate on it you want to. I'm going to include it in my Star Wars marathon, and I really don't care. So
Yep.
whatever.
I want to rewatch it over and over and over again.
Yeah, me too.
I love me some Manny Jacinto. You could tell he was so he was kind of holding back in that interview. I was talking to somebody about it. He looked like he was trying really hard not to trash haters. He was really upset about the fact that show is not getting a second season.
Yeah.
And it's
well, and you could
of
tell
how people were treated.
You could really tell it in the person that was doing the interviewing too, that she was trying her best not to address the hate, the controversies, all that kind of stuff. They were trying to keep it as positive as humanly possible, and they did a really good job. But you could tell there was definitely some, I don't want to talk about this. We don't want to talk about that, blah, 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 blah. We don't want to get into the politics. We don't want to get into the nonsense.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, So
it was just heartbreaking. He wanted, everyone who worked on that show wanted it to keep going. And because of the loud minority, Disney.
Loud minority bots and people who are in it for the politics or the money.
Or the money, yep. So
yeah, well,
we love Star Wars. And we got to enjoy Celebration.
Yeah.
We got to see Manny and Rosario and Ashley and Ahmed.
I'm still so proud of that picture. That was such a good picture. See, and I never did photo ops, autographs, or selfies. I never did it. I just that kind of seems foolish to me to pay for it. And the autograph or the photo op thing, I can kind of see that because when you're going through photo ops, they're just shoving you through as fast as they can. So in a way, I kind of see how that can be ridiculous. But I mean, and I still kind of think that way. But I still got a chance to talk to Ashley. I still got a chance to talk to Ashley. I still got a chance to talk to Rosario. I got a big hug from Rosario, and I got a great picture out of it.
Yeah, that's really
cool. And that's the thing too is Mari, I kind of told you about this too. That almost didn't happen.
Yeah,
that picture almost didn't happen, and I told Mari about this, and she was shocked. She's like, "Oh my god!" But what happened is that I purchased it, and I sent the email for Ahmed Best to my girlfriend. So that way she had it. So that way, if I was at a panel, she could go and get the autograph and the selfie. So, and then I saw, Rosario and Ashley are doing a duo photograph and there's still photographs available. And I was like, well, hell yeah. I want to do that. Are you kidding me? Both, the Ahsokas? Why wouldn't you want to do that? And she's one of my favorite, she ranks up there with some of my favorite characters in Star Wars. And I'm like, why wouldn't I want a picture from both of them? And so what I did was I never got a confirmation email about the actual photograph. So as soon as I got there, my girlfriend says, hey, I'll stand in the Hasbro line and get the Ronin for you while you stand in the photograph information line and figure out what's going on with it. So basically what happened is about a couple hours later, come to find out that what I did is unfortunately I missed a letter in my name and they sent the email to that email and not to my regular email. But they ended up finding it. They ended up finding it because they matched the credit card that I used to pay for it with my name, with the email address. And he says, well, this is you, right? And I said, oh, I missed the letter. And he goes, that's what it looks like to us, is that you just missed the letter. And I was like, oh, okay, well, no problem. But that's me. That's my credit card. I paid for it with that. And he goes, okay. He's like, no problem. We got you taken care of. He gave me a QR code and he says, okay, here's the time. I looked at the time and I'm standing in line and I go, 11:30. And I went, what the hell time is it? 11:25. Oh, shit. So I'm literally mowing through. I felt like Moses in the Red Sea. I was like parting the seas, getting through people. And I got to my girlfriend who's standing literally almost at the cash register ready to get my Ronin. And I looked at my girlfriend and I said, I got the photo op, but it's right now. And she's looking at me like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, yeah, oh crap. And she says, just go take the picture. Just go take the picture. And I was like, but you're here. And she's like, just go take the picture. And I'm like, and I was mad. I was like, God dang it. But I'm like, if I don't do it, I'm going to end up losing $370. And that's honestly, that's how much the photo op cost me.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, so if I don't do it, I just lose the money. And I said, it was, and that was something that was very frustrating for me. So as I got in line, and literally like 2 people in front of me was the other friends of ours from Washington, and she was dressed in her Ahsoka outfit, and she was getting her picture taken with Ahsoka. And her husband wasn't getting the picture. He was just standing in the back holding all of the stuff that they had gotten. And I said, well, where's your husband? And she goes, well, he's standing right there. And he goes, well, he wants to go. She goes, well, he's going to the Hasbro line. And I went, dude, my girlfriend is like right there. She's like the 3rd person in line at the Hasbro line. Go now and you can get in. And that way you can get your Ronin. And he's like, oh, okay. So he hauls butt over there. She's literally the next person in line. He gets in with her and is able to get his Ronin and her Ronin, and they rush over there. He grabbed her Ronin for her and walked it over there while she went, get out of my way, and hauled butt into the line and literally crossed ropes. And I'm sitting there standing in line like halfway through. I'm waving my QR code at people going, she's with me. She's with me. And they're like, oh, okay. So she had to weave her way through, and she got in, and the sweating and the panic and everything. We get up to the front. So here's more to this. We get up to the front. We're literally 3 people away from getting our picture. And they stop us, and they said Ashley had to go up on stage at the live stage to do a promo for something. So she'll be back. You guys are just going to have to wait.
That's what happened, because you were like, we're in line to get our picture taken. And I was like, but Ashley's on the stage.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened. They're like, she had to leave for 5 minutes to go up on stage, and then she'll be rushed right back. And literally, that's what happened. They rushed her to the stage, and then as soon as she got done, they literally hauled butt and ran back. I mean, we saw them run her back. And then Rosaria comes out, and then we get in and we get our picture. So that was the picture that I showed last night that almost didn't happen.
I wanted to show you, so this is not celebration related, but it was something I was showing you last night, and I figured out the problem, I think. So I was showing you guys the merch page, and we couldn't find, because you mentioned baseball t-shirts, JD, and I was like, I know they're on there. Why can't I find them? So if any of you want baseball jerseys, so there's this, but for some reason baseball jersey isn't on there. But what I figured out is you got to scroll down and go to more products, adult apparel, and then there's your baseball shirt.
Sweet.
So it's weird. It's a roundabout way to get to it, but
hey, that'll work. I can deal with that. I can deal with that.
And I did. So yeah, I did. If you didn't notice already, I changed the headers.
Yeah, very nice. So, very nice.
So there you go. You can get baseball jerseys of all our goofy Rebel Nerd Radio designs. Which the next one's going to be Show Me Your Face. All right, JD, what panels did you go to? I know you went to the Andor panel. You don't have to talk about that one.
I might have went to the Mandalorian Grogu panel. Maybe.
Okay.
I got.
Yes, you did.
Yes, maybe. I'm trying not to rub it in. Come on.
Dude, we're doing an entire episode.
Like, this is what you choose not to rub in?
I'm not the only one. She's guilty too. It's her fault too.
But she's a guest, so I'm not going to give her shit.
Okay, fair enough. Fine. So I mean, So you guys know that like pirated copies of the teaser trailer is online, right?
I haven't watched one, but yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh,
No,
that's
is
yeah.
it?
basically,
Oh yeah, that's because you don't watch
huh?
trailers. She doesn't watch
Oh
trailers.
yeah, well, I mean, for anybody that does, if you didn't know already, there's like pirated copies of the trailer or the snippet online. So basically, you
Yeah.
saw what I saw, as well as everything else. Um, and I mean, I was just excited that the Mandalorian got his hallway moment, but it happened to be in an AT-AT, so that was pretty
Oh,
cool.
I got
So, oh,
that.
you got that? What? Oh, there you go.
I got the AT-AT Lego helmet. Sorry.
No, Matthew's like, I won't spill the details. No, I mean, honestly, like I said, if you were able to go to the celebration thing and watch the panels, I encourage you to do so. Just the difference is that I happened to be there in person. That's the only difference. And then they showed a snippet of what happened, but it's been pirated and it's out on the internet. So if you look up the Mandalorian sneak peek or Mandalorian teaser, you'll see it. So you'll see what the deal is, and it looks. I'm excited for it. I really am. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, I encourage you if you get a chance, take a look at it. But it was a very good panel, and obviously the experience differs when you're actually there and you're there in person to see it. Because, like Mari was saying, with Manny and seeing him in person and seeing him put the mask on in person and actually being there for that moment when you're around all those fellow Star Wars nerds. I mean, Mari could
Even
probably
the
speak to it.
Yeah, even the Hayden, like day one, we're miserable, but Hayden comes out on stage. That was
Oh yeah.
huge. Like it's his birthday, so we all sing happy birthday to him. And he is widely loved
I saw
now and
that.
celebrated, and just getting to be a part of that. Like I got goosebumps. Like I loved that I got to be there for that. So that was a really cool experience that I also got to share in on just being there. So
Hmm. And it's one of those things too, like I was saying, Maury, it's one of those things that if you let like the first day or all the chaos overwhelm you the first day, it can make your experience bad. But if you go there with no expectations and then you're just happy with what you come out of it with, because honestly, that's the way you have to be. For a lot of people who don't want to get up early, who don't want to wait in lines, who don't want to be in those queues for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and you just focus on maybe one thing that you want, or you just go there saying, well, I don't really want anything in particular. I'm just going to see what they have and I'll pick up something.
yeah.
You can always get something. You always be able to get something from there. It's just a matter of focusing on that one thing. And if you go there without that expectation and you just go there to see the panels, to see the live shows, to see the new announcements, to see the artwork, the beautiful artwork that people make, that these
Yeah.
people are fans. They put time and money and effort into making this artwork, and then they get to sell it to people. And when you get like in the stateside, you'll get the tattoo artists who do Star Wars tattoos all day long. You'll get the private sellers who sell their private collections and selling stuff off, and you can work out deals with them. And which is something else you'll see in LA that's going to be real big that you didn't get to see really much here in that you didn't get to see in Japan. That's something that wasn't there. And it'll
Right.
be much it really will be much bigger. It really will be much bigger in LA because the stateside ones, because people don't have to travel overseas and take all that
Right.
stuff over there, they can just transport it here. And so you'll get a lot more of those private interactions and stuff like that. And like Hasbro booth is always bigger and that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I have a feeling for the 50th anniversary, it's going to be huge. It's going to be
Right.
just this massive thing.
Oh yeah. I can't believe they
Yeah.
chose LA instead of Anaheim though. It's
It's
very
because
surprising.
George Lucas's museum is going to be 3 miles down the road.
It's still really surprising
I
considering
can't
the
believe they
amount.
didn't choose Dallas instead.
I'd have taken. I'll be honest with you. That's why I said L.A. Yeah, shit. Because I'll be honest with you. I mean, Anaheim. I was worried about the experience, but it was actually not bad in Anaheim. L.A. I'm a little bit. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep a positive mind about it, and we're going to plan on it, and we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
But it is LA, so my expectations are going to be pretty low. I mean, and that's not. I'm really not trying to be negative or hateful. I'm really not. It's just that it is LA.
Yeah.
So
I've never been there. So
I've never been
I
to
don't
LA
know what to
proper.
expect.
Now, like I said, I've been to Anaheim, I've been to San Francisco, I've been to a few places in California, but I've never been to LA, like downtown LA proper.
I've never spent
So
time in LA. I've flown into LA and I've driven through LA. I hear the nightmare stories. I'm just like the convention center is not nearly as big as Anaheim. Like it feels like it's gonna end up being almost like a London kind
yeah,
of
well, everything's so
jam.
cramped.
Yeah.
Everything's so cramped. Now, see, I've heard other people say that they've redone the convention center since.
Hmm.
They didn't go with San Francisco because Lucasfilm was right there. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true too. But like I said, the George Lucas Museum, I don't know if that's what they're officially calling it, but the George Lucas Museum is literally going to be 3 miles down the road. So I think that's why they decided to do it in LA, because it will be completed and they will be accepting guests at that point. So I would assume that's why they decided to do LA. And I've kind of heard, I don't know. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I heard from a few sources saying that Lucasfilm and Disney doesn't really want to do anything in Florida because the beef going on between the
Yeah.
governor and Disney. So I don't know when
No.
I honestly I was 100% convinced that it would be in Orlando.
I know. I thought that
Um,
too.
yeah. It may. Oh,
Aw,
the kitty.
kitty.
It could be a little bit before it's back in Orlando. So I'd be kind of curious to see where it goes after this one. So
My kitties are not in my
I
office.
lock my kitties out of my Star Wars room because they like to play with my toys.
I don't have a problem with that. My cats are lazy. They'll just sit
Yeah,
on
she
my
just lays down.
couch. Alrighty. Well, any final things that you want to talk about in regards to Celebration?
Maury,
Japan?
how do you feel overall about the whole experience? I guess that's my question that I wanted to ask you.
So I was like, I've been thinking on it like a lot because this is a question I knew like a lot of people were going to ask me. I wish that we hadn't done it in another country. I know you say they're more crazy when they're here, but I would have rather spent more time seeing Japan than spending time being in Celebration. Maybe because I was so overwhelmed in day one. Maybe if we had just done Saturday, I'd feel differently. But because day one was such a negative impact and it hit me pretty hard, like I think that kind of did it in. And again, day two was much better. I had a very good time that day. But overall, like day one, we just kind of like overshadowed it. So
Mm-hmm.
I think there was just so much more that I wanted to see in Japan. So that's my overall take. I wish I had done one at home first and just done Japan as Japan.
Yeah. I mean, we enjoyed our overall visit to Japan because we did a lot of stuff. We did sightseeing, we did the Disney's, we did the Warner Brothers, we did all that stuff.
We did a lot of stuff.
But we had a lot, and we had a lot of time. We had a lot of things planned out. You know, we kind of tried to keep it. We tried to keep it planned to where we were busy every day and we had something going on, but it wasn't to the point where we were overwhelmed every day, which was good. But as far as Celebration is concerned, my only complaint was it was just only 3 days. I mean, that's honestly, if I had to complain about something, it was only 3 days because being there and doing that before and being a part of that before, it was the fact that my expectations were like I didn't have any because I knew not to, and I actually I walked into that experience going I'd like 3 things from that, but I may only get one of them. And if I only get one of them, I want this one thing. And that was the Ronin. And I got the Ronin because I had friends and I had extra people there that I knew. We were actually able to divide and conquer, which was cool. And so I actually got all 3 things that I wanted, which was great, which was cool.
Now I have a tribe. Now I have a tribe that is at Celebration.
Yes.
And so I think that will help in the future too. Like, you guys were the only person I knew. Like, we had never officially met, so I say "knew" in quotation marks.
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah.
you were the only person I knew at Celebration, so it was like me. It was just me and Sean and you, and so we didn't have like that close knit community where we had like friends to like lean on, other than on day 2. I mean, I had you. You guys were fantastic again. Like, I can't thank you guys enough for spending day 2 with us, and just being there for us. But
there was no way in hell that I was going to let you walk away from Star Wars Celebration, which is like the mecca for Star Wars fans, and go, it freaking sucked. I hated it. There wasn't no way. I was like, no. I told Julie, I said, no. I said, I'm not letting Mari walk away like this. I said, there's no way. I said, I can't let it happen. I can't let it happen.
You guys were incredible. Like, I can't remember who I was talking to, but yeah, I'm so incredibly thankful to you guys. So yeah.
We had a lot of fun with you guys. It was a pleasure to meet you and your boyfriend, and we had so much fun hanging out with you guys. And like I said, I do kind of wish that you guys were able to hang out for day 4, because I think you guys would have had even more fun, especially if you're
making up days now. You said day 4.
Day 4. See, I wanted a day 4. Damn it. I wanted day 4. No, day 3. If you guys would have been there for day 3. And the cool thing about LA is that like if Steve gets to go, you, Blue, or all the people that we know, and you'd be surprised how many people are actually probably going to show up. You'll see even more of that. It'll be even expanded. It'll be expanded much more, because there'll be even more people that you'll know. And you'll find out that when that happens, that you'll find out that you almost don't have enough time to hang out with the people that you want to see at these things and enjoy the time together, and being able to see the people in person and the personal interactions that you have with people while you're there enjoying something that you love so much. And then you have to leave and go back to your normal life, and holy crap, I have to go to work and earn money so I can go to the next one. It's like,
I feel like
such a thing.
It makes it a completely different experience when you have that tribe with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like I said, if you think about it from now, it's just going to get bigger from here.
Yep.
That's the thing about it. It's just going to get bigger from here.
You guys are part of my tribe now.
Yeah.
Hope you like it here.
Darn. I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know. So yeah. No, like I said, my only regret is that we didn't have more days. I wished it was 4 days or 5. Anaheim, or what was it? Anaheim? Yeah, Anaheim was 5.
Wow.
You want to talk about like Star Wars Celebration, Star Wars news, Star Wars panel overload. And like, yeah, you think after 3 days or after your 2 days of being there, and you're like, God, I want to do it again. Yeah, imagine having that joyous experience for 5 days, and then going, I have to go home to normal life and be with people that don't. When I say Star Wars, they go, isn't that a kid's show? I mean, I'm normally a pretty decent human being, but I want to beat the hell out of people that say that kind of thing. They go, "What Star Wars?" Dude, I'm seriously going to kick your ass right now. Yeah.
Working barely needs this to happen.
So JD versus Rob. I retained the reward of the Darth Maul mecha legs by default, because when I had to convince her to stay, the lightsaber battle obviously wasn't going to happen. So by default, I retained my mecha legs. God dang it.
One day.
One day. Young Padawan.
My apprentice.
my young dark apprentice. We'll change you to the light.
Never.
No, that's not happening.
Not a chance.
There's a better chance that I'm going to use the Force inappropriately than there is I'm going to change you to the dark. Yeah. Smirking Berry. Yes, it is.
All
I
right.
am an adult-sized child. Yes. I think it's a requirement for being a nerd. You have to be an adult-sized child. And yes, I happily embrace that.
It's like,
Toys!
Boy.
Toys! Toys! Woo! Actually, you guys probably, spoiler alert, I'm probably going to give you guys a different perspective of my collection here pretty quick, because I actually got to clear the studio out of the collection room and put it away for a little bit, because I need to clean and organize, because I've got too much crap. So, yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, there may be some things being posted on Discord for sale here pretty quick. Just saying.
I get first
unless it's Darth Maul.
That might be a possibility.
Please, Steve.
My comment stands.
My comment stands.
I think you probably have a lot more.
I get first consideration. Well, Steve, you've got 2 packages on the way for you, so you're going to have some show me your thingies here coming up.
Because literally, this is the only Darth Maul thing I have. So,
yeah, I only have 1 or 2 more things than that.
You are falling behind the curve, my friend.
I don't even have a Darth Maul Funko Pop.
I actually have a Darth Maul Sideshow Collectibles figure that I have not taken out of the box.
I have a lot of Darth Maul Funko Pops.
Oh, God.
So I have
Funko
this
Pops
on my Amazon list. Hang on, let me see if I can. It's still on there. It better still be on there.
One of these days, if I ever run out of new thingies to show on a regular show, I'm going to have to start taking like stuff that I have out of my normal collection and start saying, hey, look, I bought this back in blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I have this in my list.
Yeah, I have that one.
Nice. Of course you do, Mari.
Yeah.
At this point, if it has Darth Maul on it, we're going to assume that you have it.
I don't buy buy Funko Pops generally for myself anymore. They're usually gifted to me for like my birthday. So I just end up with them because I find Funkos to be like overwhelming. Again, there's so many of them.
See, I had planned on buying that, and then I lost my job.
Yeah.
So,
did I tell you about this one too? By the way, back to the previous topic. Did I tell you about this one?
Yeah.
Did you see the number on it?
Yeah.
777.
Oh, jeez.
I was like shocked. I was like, "What the hell is 7?" It's a Jar Jar Binks, but it's 777. I was like, "Okay, that works."
All right.
Then. So anyway, no, yeah. Obviously, everybody knows the next one's in LA. I'm going to do everything I can to convince Steve and Mari to make sure they go, which I think it's not going to be hard to do.
Well, I mean, if I can afford it, it's not like I don't.
I think, Mari, if we put together a collective effort to make sure that we all get our tribe together and make things work, I don't think it'll be an issue for everybody.
Maybe if I start
my boyfriend actually has a lot of friends over there, so it probably wouldn't take a whole lot to convince him.
Awesome. So yeah, if the next one, like I said, everybody, the next one's going to be in LA. I encourage you, if you have not been to one, go, but don't go there with the expectation of like, if you want collectibles or something, just pick something you want and go for it. And be expected that the first day is obviously going to be chaos, because there's 4 days in LA. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be an overload. But whenever somebody online says, hey, I've never been to one before, and Mari can probably attest to this because now she's a veteran. The biggest piece of advice I can give people, if you ever go to Star Wars Celebration, if you haven't been before, is go there with patience. A lot of it.
It's good advice.
Yeah, go there with a lot of patience, because you will need it. You will need it. But the good thing is once the first day chaos is over with, the next 2 or 3 days will be just regular looking around, shopping, enjoying the sights, enjoying the new announcements, enjoying the panels, and enjoying the people that you interact with. And if you've ever wanted to do cosplay, even if it's not something that's like movie accurate, do a cosplay. Go there and be your favorite character.
My Sith Ewok was literally a t-shirt and ears that I had, like closet cosplay.
You need to do it. You need to buy the black robe and do the Ewok Sith. I swear to you, people will die over that.
I gotta put like little slits in the hood for the ears.
If my giant butt can pull off Jedi with 500 photos, I can promise you anything you can come up with that people want. I mean, people will love it. And you can go up there with whatever iteration of costume you want. So I
have
encourage you to
a
show
Sith
up.
costume.
Yeah.
I just didn't bring it
So
with me.
yeah, see how you
Of
are.
course you do.
See how you are. And we couldn't have our epic duel. I don't understand what's going on here. And just so you know, I'm building a new lightsaber that I will bring with me next time.
I just have to choose one of my 15 lightsabers.
You're an amateur. Did I tell you how many I have?
No.
Over 50.
I tell you how many I
many do you
have.
Steve?
He has a lamp. He has a light. You have a lightsaber
need-
lamp.
Yeah,
We need to get Steve a lightsaber.
I agree.
What color lightsaber would you have if you could have one?
Do you have to
Oh, it would
ask?
be definitely black.
Oh,
Red.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I actually might have something you'd enjoy, Steve. I actually might have something I might have to, yeah. Because I put a bunch of them together and I have a bunch of parts for one. So I actually have my own that I've been piecing together and stuff. So yeah. I think Steve needs a lightsaber, Mari.
I would agree with that assessment, JD.
Yeah. Steve needs a lightsaber.
There's a lot of things in there, but yeah. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks, Mari.
Celebration, even though I wasn't
We
there.
missed you.
Next week, next Tuesday, we are going to be talking about the second arc of Andor. So I've dubbed it the Gorman arc because most of it takes place on Gorman. But yeah, so that will be Tuesday, regular time, 6:00. And this Sunday is a special holiday for us Star Wars nerds. So I would like to wish everybody ahead of time a happy May the 4th.
I still support the idea of the entire month of May.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, May is
Star Wars month. Yep.
Yeah.
My shop is celebrating it a day early. We're gonna have Diana, Lee, and Osanto in on Saturday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is free comic book
exactly.
day,
It's
so
free comic book day. It's the day before Star Wars. We're celebrating it big, and it's my shop's 10-year anniversary. So, but yeah,
awesome! Congratulations!
Awesome.
Cool. All right, so have a great Star Wars day coming up. Free comic book day, all that good stuff. Everybody in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you, everybody.
And
I said thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. And thank you, Mari, for coming in, talking, and spending time in Japan. It was such a pleasure to meet both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
All right. And as always, enjoy your week, and may the Force be with you.